Okay. This is my second try at this because it did not record the first time. But I'm sharing this just because it's a little bit of my crazy sauce and because it's, well, the crazy wackadoodle, I know what I'm going to sound like, but this is such a big thing for me. It is March 6th, 2021. I was online and, long story short, I was looking at Star Wars trilogy films to see if I could find the originals and doubting it. And I saw the despecialized version. But as you might have guessed, I found 3 different torrents that say that they're the untouched theatrical release. I'm not, as much as this looks like unstable, which is admittedly, let me just state this for the complete record. I know that this is completely out of proportion by normal people's standards. This is a very personal, big deal, growing up thing. It's a very sensitive topic, more than is generally healthy about such matters. I know what this looks like, and I know how this is. I'm going with it though, because it's one of those parts of me that I've accepted. So, that disclaimer aside, I'm going to return to my actual emotions. I'm not letting myself get too excited. I had the anticipation, like, jitters and waitings, and see if it's right, because, so many times it's been, oh, original, and there's been, it's been some version of the fucked, touched versions, and then there's the specialized version, which I got, and I want to say, I don't know how that, who worked that, who did that, and I thank them for their effort, and they did a very good job for what there was to work with after what Lucas and others did. But you can still, it still, yeah, it still looks wrong in a lot of spots, and that's, again, it's not the fault. I'm not putting shade or anything on the person or persons or company. I have no idea who made the effort. But it was still clearly very touched up. I mean, kind of cartoony in places where the CGI was still, and, just things that you can't undo like that. With all the fucking shit they did to the movies. And so I have been looking for decades now, since my VHS tapes ran out, to try to get the real Star Wars trilogy. And I might have. They're downloading into my seed box right now. The people's pages say that, apparently there was some special disc release where they had what they've done to them on it, and then also the theatrical releases. And so they put out theatrical releases for all of us who are like, nah! And I'm just, I have so much hope and jitters, and I'm not letting myself get too worked up as much as come across. I'm keeping the insides of me, fairly compressed. There's just a lot of on the outside, and on the surface I'm like, oh. But I am keeping myself kind of like, because they could be wrong, and I know how it's been in the past with that. So I'm very hoping, but I'm being very wary at the same time. These go back to, I saw them when I was a little kid at the drive-in, the huge screen, and just, I mean, if you've never been to a drive-in, they need to come back because it's an amazing experience. But I remember being like up close to the screen and then it being part of my life, with family members loving it and re-seeing it and stuff, and just it being pop culture. And then I had on VHS tapes, and then Lucas started doing things to it, sometimes horrible things. And so I am waiting to find out. They have to download fully to my seed box, and then I've got to FTP them to me. So it's going to be a while before I can find out. Hopefully later tonight or early tomorrow. I don't know if I can sleep at this point. It's only 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock? Yeah, 10 o'clock. So my makeup's probably a mess at this point. It's the end of the day, like I said, and I've been a little weepy because of all this excitement. But I'm going to stop this here, otherwise I will ramble for the next a fucking eternity about this, because I'm just waiting. I'm going to go get some snacks. I'm going to read. I'm going to just have a night as these are downloading, because it could be wrong. It could be fake. It could be a mistaken only fucked up in a certain way types, or it may not be the actual original trilogy. So, but if it is, I've been looking for decades. So, bye to all my deltas and anybody else who sees this, and yeah, like I said, I know how this looks and sounds. Don't worry, but I've made my peace with. No, that's not even right. Not that sounds like I had a problem with it ever. I own this part of myself. It's deep. So, bye till later when I find out. You'll either see a very happy Rumpus or a very dangerous Rumpus. But, so, bye till later.